Today we will be learning how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide mixed numbers. This is a review for our test. Alright, so we have 1 2/3 plus 2 1/5. Remember that I taught you that when you're adding and subtracting fractions, you want to make sure you have a common denominator. In this case, to make it easier, I'm going to do a least common denominator. Alright, but any common denominator will work. But to keep from having probably another step further down the road, I want to keep it as simple as possible and find the least common denominator. So the least common denominator between 3 and 5 is 15. So 3 times 5 is 15 and 5 times 3 is 15. But remember, I taught you to make an equivalent fraction. Whatever you do with the denominator, you must do with the numerator. And since I multiply 5 in the denominator, I want to multiply 5 in the numerator. And since I multiply 3 in the numerator with this mixed number, I want to multiply 3 in the numerator. Again, since I multiply 3 in the denominator with 2 1/5, I want to also multiply 3 in the numerator. Okay, so that gives me an equivalent fraction of 1 10/15 plus 2 3/15. Okay, I want to add the fractions first. So 10/15 plus 3/15 is 13/15. And 1 plus 2 is 3. So 1 2/3 plus 2 1/5 equals 3 13/15. All right, let's move to subtraction. Again, remember I taught you that when you're subtracting and adding, you must have a common denominator. And for me, to make it easier, I want to find the least common denominator. But any common denominator can work. All right. But to keep from doing a extra step on down the road, it's best to do a least common denominator. So the least common denominator of 5 and 4 is 20. So 5 times 4 is 20 and 4 times 5 is 20. And remember, to generate an equivalent fraction, if I multiply by 4 in the denominator, I must also multiply by 4 in the numerator. Again, if I multiply by 5 in the denominator, I must multiply by 5 in the numerator. Okay, so equivalent fraction is 3 16/20. An equivalent fraction here is 1 5/20. Now I'm ready to subtract because both denominators are alike. They are the same. So if I subtract the fractions first, I get 16/20 minus 5/20. That gives me 11/20. Now I'm ready to subtract my whole numbers. 3 minus 1 is 2. So 3 4/5 minus 1 1/4 equals 2 11/20.